All right, we are live. Why everybody do that at the beginning? All right, everybody got their mics muted. Today is September 11th, 2022. Our September focus is Message to the Angry Black Man in America, Part 1. Part 1? Part 1. How many you doing? We just worried about 2. Show intentions to wake up all compatible listeners. Everybody to wake up all compatible listeners and viewers. So let's work. This lecture is dedicated to my former mentee, Stacey Branch, who lost his life to senseless gun violence on September 4th, 2022, in the early morning hours. Now, when I first met him in person and I first read his file, I laughed and I said that's how he was with other people who were not me. So let's make probation history, young king. And we did. So rest in power, Stacey Branch. I'm going to do a 7-second moment of silence. All right. Let's get into this. Message to the young, I was about to say young. Message to the Angry Black Man in America, Part 1. Peace and love and enlightenment. Peace, love, and enlightenment to all the compatible black men for this message. Because this message is for you. I want you all to think about this. Mindsets inside of mind states plus behaviors equal the outcomes that you've been getting. All right? Remember that. Now, do you know what mind states that you've been in that ruin your life? And do you know the mind states that you've been in that enhances your life? Remember, your mindsets inside of your mind states plus behaviors equal the outcomes that you've been getting, the outcomes that you've been receiving. So your current mindset and your mind state mixed with your past and present behaviors are the reason for your current individual and the group outcomes you're currently having. Gentlemen. Whatever you're currently going through right now is because you're in a mindset, in a mind state that's not working for you right now, or it will not work for you ever. We gotta quit being so quick to give up on so many things, and then we need to learn how to not stay so long to so many things. That's a sweet spot we talking about. So let's just say things are not working for you. That would mean that you must change your current mindsets that's in the mind state, so change it, and your outcomes will change, right? Everybody's talking about that. That ain't nothing deep. It's not nothing deep right now. But since my people are perishing for the lack of knowledge, then I pray better life outcomes to compatible ears. You want to talk to everybody, to compatible ears that receives any right knowledge from this message. So again, the focus is Message to the Angry Black Man in America, Part 1. Now, this anger comes from the different mind states that house the different mindsets, right? We talked about that. So a definition of mind state is a mental state or a mental property in a state of mind of a person. Mental states comprise diverse class, including, here we go, for your mind state, of many, including perception, pain experience. So you could be going through so much pain, so you're in that mind state to where that's where your perception is coming from a pain experience. And again, it's all different pains. So again, this is macro right now. Belief, desire, intentions, emotions, and memory. The mindset is the established set of attitudes held by someone. So this is how it is, right? So this mindset goes into the mind state. And again, does it work for you? If it's not, you got to go with another one. And again, how do you go through another one? Well, life pushes you to another one according to your perception, your pain experiences, your belief, your desires, your intentions, your emotions, and memory, or discipline, your discipline. All right? Now, dear angry black man in America, Medea let me read a diary of a mad black woman, and it showed me how anger is being marketed and advertised to everyone to make everyone even angrier. Definition of anger is a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. To fill someone with anger or to provoke anger within. So it sounds like anger can be passed on or transferred. So when your identity, now check this out. Everybody check this out. When your identity, this is who I am. When your identity, this is the only defense I have against all of the spiritual energy or mental, psychological attacks out here. My identity. When your identity is given to you via job or whatever, pushed upon you, or it's one you made up, congratulations. Yeah, I made it up. You made it up from all of the options given to you or presented to you. So it's kind of like you're making choices with their stuff or with those stuff. So again, when your identity is given to you, pushed upon you, or it's the one you made up from all of the options given to you or presented to you to choose from, when it doesn't match your nature, then depression can begin. When it doesn't match your nature, then depression will begin or can begin. So the question that everyone keeps asking me is, why are there so many angry black men? The Bible says anger alone is not bad. See, I could be angry. Just don't do it too close to bedtime. What do you mean? Well, according to, because a lot of Christians listen to this, according to Ephesians 4:26, it reads, "Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath." That's according to the Bible in Ephesians, right? So is anger kryptonite to black men or melanated people? Has anger ever really helped us? Or does it make us sin more? Remember, be angry and sin not. So I am angry and I'm about to make a whole bunch of decisions. And I'm a Christian. And I'm angry. And I'm about to make more decisions. You should just sit and think. I'm angry and I'm about to make decisions. So I'm starting to literally look at that angry and decisions thing. And it sounds like it needs to be angry and chill. Because every time I'm super enraged and I'm super angry and I make decisions, it always works for me. Well, congratulations to whoever you are. Those numbers are so unreal that congratulations that it's working for you, but I would like to take your class because I don't know nobody else is working for. So I am angry and I'm about to make decisions should never, never, never be a reality. We need to start, you heard of Netflix and chill. We need to angry and chill. Because angry in decisions is not sounding good, and then angry in decisions is not really working out too well. But again, let's get rid of Netflix and chill, or take Netflix and chill, and we're gonna put angry and chill, angry and meditate. See what I'm saying? So again, the question that everyone keeps asking me is, why is there so many angry black men? So let's just stop at 16 reasons. Number 1, slavery. Number 2, racism. Number 3, a system created against his sanity. Number 4, high percentages of broken up households. 5, liars. Liars? Well, liars seem to be attracted to black men. 6, being born into a world that says you're conquered, or being birthed by people who feel like your race is lost and conquered. 7, stop and frisk or racial profiling. 8, economic warfare. 9, educational warfare. 10, medical warfare. 11, technological warfare. 12, religious warfare. 13, chemical warfare. 14, family warfare. 15, psychological warfare. 16, military warfare. Let's just stop at 16. Oh, okay. I can see why black men can be. Congratulations if you can even get a few people to say that. But again, we about to get to the part where who really needs that? Leroy Jenkins right now. How many of y'all are crying right now because Leroy Jenkins is talking crazy about y'all? Yeah, some dude named Leroy Bartholomew Jenkins. And it'd be funny if somebody with that name watches this one day, but it's probably going to be in the future that Leroy Bartholomew Jenkins will see this. But if you found out Leroy Bartholomew Jenkins was talking crazy about you for years, could you care? I'm not even going to ask you, would you care? Could you care? Probably not, right? So it seems like this caring ability is the part that's, that works really well with the psychological warfare piece. But we'll go deeper into that. Now, Nelson Mandela said, when a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. But Toni Morrison said, if you can only be tall because someone else is on their knees, then you have a serious problem. Now, I've heard other people say, you don't have to start a fire, or you don't get to start a fire and decide how we put it out. Because Martin Luther King said, a riot is the language of the unheard. Now, James Baldwin, speaking about anger, in 1961, he was asked by a radio host about being black in America. He said to be a Negro in this country and to be relatively, conscious is to be in a stage of rage almost all the time. And again, that's what James Baldwin said in 1961. And again, I keep asking why black men are angry. I'm doing research on what some of the experts were saying back then. If they were saying that back in 1961, James Baldwin? Well, again, what does the Bible say? Well, I gave you Ephesians 4:26. Be ye angry and sin not. So it was like, you can be angry. Don't make a lot of decisions when you're angry. Because, come on, what are the odds of you winning the lottery? What are the odds of you going to the, cleaning out your bank account and going to the casino and taking the casino for $20 million? Those are not high odds. What are the odds of you being angry and making decisions? So I understand that. Be ye angry and sin not. And then let not the sun go down upon your wrath. So a lot of black men are smart parents, right? You don't let your children eat a feast right before they go to bed. Like, here, just eat this feast. Gorge yourself and go to bed. Well, according to that verse, God is saying stop sleeping on all that anger. It's not digesting right. Now, was Marcus Garvey telling everyone where anger and happiness is? From his book, Selected Writings and Speeches of Marcus Garvey, Marcus Garvey said, "You at this time can only be destroyed by yourselves, from within and not from without. You have reached the point where the victory is to be won from within." I need more money. "And can only be lost from within." Man, I need more clothes. It can only be lost from within. Marcus Garvey is not here. He hasn't been here for a long time. That is still relevant to this day. All right, let's go through. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, on anger and responding to false accusers, which we know can be a reality that makes most black men angry. Again, being falsely accused. So on page 190, sentence line 28 in the book Message to the Black Man in America, he states, "I will not acknowledge the hypocrites' charges against me by going and contending with them before my enemies. I am not sent to accuse my people." So he was like, I'm not sent here to argue with my people. He said, "I am sent to clear them of the charges of the accusers, the devils." So when I read the word accusers, it had an S after it, which made me think the accusers that are devils must be devil-possessed people that I keep talking about of all cultures, including man-made or made black devils. But Jason, how do you think the devil energy gets transferred? Well, on page 199, sentence line 4, in the book Message to the Black Men in America, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad states, "Scientists now warn you against gazing into TV sets for any long period of time, length of time, because this can produce cancer in the body, no S on there, cancer in the body. This is especially true of children who prop themselves in front of TV sets and gaze for hours at close range. We must remember that the new inventions are still in experimental stage. None of the new inventions in this great modern world," I was like, whoa, modern, saying that back then, "are completely safe." It said, "None of the new inventions in this great modern world are completely safe. Look at TV only when you know there's something of importance to be seen, not for foolishness and sport." And sport sounds like scrolling, just according to this perspective. So this means screens can pass cancerous things to viewers and listeners. Because again, you can find out the cure for cancer watching the screen too. So again, it said, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, look at the TV only when you know there's something of importance to be seen, not for foolishness and sport. So from that perspective, fast forward to 2022, sport would kind of probably be scrolling. Abdullah Yusuf Ali talks about one way to increase understanding, according to the Islamic perspective. Abdullah Yusuf Ali said, "I believe in the progressive interpretation of the Quran, in the need for understanding and explaining spiritual matters from different angles." And again, I said that for a reason, because again, we're going to talk about all these different angles. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaks on anger. On February 5th, 1990 at the Kiel Auditorium in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, Minister Farrakhan spoke many truths about anger. He said, and I quote, he said, "This did not," talking about anger and just where black men are at right now and just how society is, according to this perspective, this pizza pie, the minister said, "This did not just happen. This is a result of centuries of disobedience to the law and the will of God. When we disobey God and we set ourselves up as gods, capital G." So you can prop your hands up, or you can just say, make it a capital G. So you're setting yourselves up as gods beside God, thinking that we are self-sufficient, that we can guide ourselves, then God allows us to do just that until we make such a mess of our lives, till we beg him to intervene and help us to get back on the right path. Now, Minister Farrakhan said that in February 5th, 1990, in St. Louis, Missouri. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan also said, the slightest little argument we have with one another, we ended in killing one another because we don't think anything of ourselves. Then he looked back over his right shoulder and said, Reverend, leaders, this is our responsibility. If the people don't think anything of themselves, who is their teacher? And I was like, that was bars. The minister, I was like, that is major bars. The minister also said in his lecture, the messenger and his teachings. So again, the minister also said in his lecture, the messenger and his teachings. Minister Farrakhan said, Imam Wallace D. Muhammad was a blessing to the Nation of Islam. Then he was like, how? How was he a blessing if he opposed his father? How was he a blessing when he destroyed everything we built? And then Mr. Farrakhan said, because if he didn't come and destroy it, it would have been destroyed anyway. Because you and I was like, man, he's keeping it real. I'm telling you, he was keeping it real. He said, because you and I were not growing into the resurrected Muslims that we were supposed to be. We were not growing up. We were degenerated. And you will always degenerate when you do not study and begin to take God and his word for granted. The moment you think you got it is when you lost it. End quote. So again, I'm asking y'all, how many angry black men study the right way, learn the right way, are unclear the right way? You can literally be unclear the right way. How can you be unclear the right way? Because you can follow a set of rules and principles that you can navigate on clarity and carve out a path so nobody else has to go through that too. So again, how many angry black men study the right way, learn the right way, are unclear the right way, believe the right way, know the right way? I'm still about to change their state of mind when they are angry, happy, or content, which are all different states of mind. How many angry black men study the right way, learn the right way, are unclear the right way, believe the right way, know the right way when they are angry, happy, or content, which are different states of mind? Now, did you know that the bad sections of anger only work best and are strongest in our weaker states of mind? You have a weaker state of mind. Now remember, the state of mind definition, or the definition of state of mind, is a person's emotional state, mood, or mental state at a particular time. And here's some synonyms: attitude, perspective, outlook, approach. So is the state of mind a temporary focus location inside of mind? Say that again. So is a state of mind a temporary focus location inside of mind? Yes. So everybody's not going to get it that quick. I know. Explain it. I'm going to explain it about something that most people love, especially Americans. When food is a focus, then anger can be enhanced around or during food-related realities. You gonna eat your cornbread? Emotions determine how you see the world. I see the world. No. Emotions determine how you see the world at the moment. Do you know how dangerous that is? Do you know how... I got 20/20 vision under what state of mind? and what emotion. German philosopher Martin Heidegger noted how different states of mind disclose different things of the world. What do you mean I can't see the whole world here? Nah. But when you get in this state of mind, you can't see the whole world. And when you get in this state of mind, you can't see the whole world. And if you try to do some tricky stuff like, ooh, let me put them all on each other and stack them on, you still wouldn't see the world, the whole world. So again, German philosopher Martin Heidegger noted how different states of mind disclose different things of the world. They illuminate the world in different ways. For Heidegger, he said, we are always in a state of mind. I guess that was deep back then. He literally was like, hold on, no matter what, we always in a state of mind. So you know what they was probably doing to have a conversation like that. But he said, again, we are always in a state of mind, comfortable or uncomfortable, we're in a state of mind. Hungry or tired, we are in a state of mind. Fearful or meditative. I don't care how peaceful or fearful you are in a state of mind. A different state of mind. So states of mind are determinative. Yet Heidegger argues that they have been banished to the sanctuary of irrationality. So some people who switch to different states of mind, they're being irrational. Yeah. It's a dismissive, you know, you can dismiss somebody instead of being like, what state of mind are you in now? It's like, you're being irrational. They don't like you enough to explore your different states of mind. Or you might have so many different states of mind that you are the United States of mind. Let me stop. Remember, if you are hungry, food will be illuminated because you're hungry. If you are angry, that which so-called made you angry will be the focus of your mind. Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois, he viewed anger. He said, black consciousness is America lived under the shadow of discrimination with no true self-conscious. He wrote that it's a particular sensation, this double consciousness. Now, again, I've been talking about duality. Up, down, boy, girl, dry, wet, skinny, fat, good, evil, God, devil, nothing, something. Every problem has a solution. But W.E.B. Du Bois said this double consciousness, this sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others. What do you mean? I look at myself first. No. He said the sense of always looking at oneself first through the eyes of others. That's where y'all going wrong, fellas. Man, what they say about me? What? This sense of always looking at oneself through the eyes of others, of one's soul by the tape of a word that looks on in amused contempt or pity. That's how people are looking at y'all. So he said, one ever feels his two-ness. Remember duality. He said, an American, a Negro, two souls, two thoughts, two unreconciled strivings. End quote. Which was deep. I said that was deep. W.E.B. Du Bois said, two unreconciled strivings. I'm going this way, and I'm going this way. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. Two unreconciled strivings. You're striving here because everybody's looking at me this way, and I gotta achieve this way. That's where a lot of your depression coming from. What was I created to do? I'll take some baby steps here. But oh my God, they're looking at me this way. Do you go to church on Sunday? Yes. So you believe God created humans? Yes. So follow your God path. Well, the way they looking at me in. You going to church on Sunday? Yes, because God is the creator of all. Okay, let's move forward. Malcolm X on anger. Malcolm X, when traveling around Africa in 1964, Malcolm noticed that where areas had achieved independence, someone got angry. He said, quote, usually when people are sad, they don't do anything. But when they get angry, they bring about change. When they get angry, they aren't interested in logic. They aren't interested in odds. They aren't interested in consequences. What are the consequences? According to this Malcolm X quote, they're not angry enough. You're not being logical. You might not be angry enough, sir. But what are the odds of us winning? You might not be angry enough, sir. Anger and anger outcomes are marketed to black men specifically constantly. So again, specifically constantly. Anger and anger outcomes are marketed to black men consistently and constantly. Many black men believe that no one or nobody goes through more depression than young black men. When bad things happen to them, many of them believe they have no one to talk to due to the many lame responses of people. And I just narrowed them down to 5. Here we go. Hey, stranger, or hey, friend, or hey, family member, let me tell you something bad about myself. And here's some lame responses. What? That's crazy. And then you're like, no, that's all I got. I'm just going to say what, and that's crazy. But make sure you pick up your phone when I'm going through my stuff. But I'm just going to only tell you what, and that's crazy. Number 2. Hey, stranger. Hey, friend. Hey, family member. I'm going to tell you something bad about myself, and I really need some help. Here's number 2. So what are you going to do now? And then you like, did you just ask me a question and I'm over here needing you for help? Yeah, so what are you going to do now? Don't get mad. Believe them, y'all. Believe them. Number 3. Number 3 is funny. Hey, stranger, family member, or friend, or whatever, partner, spouse. I'm going to tell you something bad about myself and I need help. It'll be all right. And then they change the subject to from your pain. They take the subject of your pain and they turn it into the subject of their pain or other topics that doesn't currently help you with your current pain. I said, I understand, black man. I understand that. Number 4. Hey, stranger, partner, whatever. Something bad. Let me tell you something bad about myself. I really need help. So I'm telling you this because I need help. Number 4. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. And then you yell back, even though faith without works is dead, thanks for your prayers. Thanks. Thank you. Number 5. So you're telling them something bad about yourself, right? We have nobody to talk to according to what they're saying. And they stare at you breaking down and they just shake their heads. Now, again, there's different shakes. There's that hateful shake of, that goes different ways. Like, they go up and down, side to side on with that shake. The happy shake. Yeah. The concerned shake. The scared shake. Or if they was a part of it, the remorseful shake. And guess what? All of these shakes will do nothing for you. Just like regular shakes. They don't do nothing for you, right? With the bad shakes, okay. I'm sorry, it's a philosophical people talk about healthy shakes. And I'm like, stay in context. Many of these black men say toxic women can increase depression significantly if they ever get too vulnerable. and share too much with her about their pain. This is where verbal abuse got famous for him, right? So women that do, and again, this is from the research of men that I'm talking to, women that do this only know how to tear men down instead of participating in the building up process. Now, this can be catastrophic to a weaker man's mental health because strong men are going down and talking about this. So I know what weaker males and weaker minds are going through. So let's just say weaker minds in these males. So many men are also angry because of the conscious or unconscious disrespect from society and their women. The plot of the evil people in sections of society will call the black man crazy, toxic, or abusive when stating how he feels. I'll just stop that. I'll just stop at how he feels. And I'm just telling you, gentlemen, it's a mind trick. They will call you crazy, toxic, or abusive if you're just stating how you feel, right? And people are treating you like you've done something really bad, talking about how you feel. Okay, hold that. Many black men are angry because they never got to see or grow up with their other half of their life or their co-creator, which is the biological father. Black men believe this is due to the long partnership of the government and their mothers. Many men have to grow up with their mom and have to deal with the new man that she dates or marries. In context, this is talking about bad outcomes because it's always somebody, my step parent was awesome. And it's like, well, your step parent didn't teach you the definition of exception because you're just not understanding that you're exception of the rule. You're blurting out how dope your step parent was, but they didn't teach you the definition of exception, I can see. So many men have to grow up with their mom and have to deal with the new man that she dates or marries. In context, bad outcomes. So meaning that mom is uniting, check out this science, meaning that mom is uniting physically and spiritually with the DNA that is different than the DNA and spiritual combinations that created the children. That makes sense. Many young men feel stuck in their mother's fairy tales, let me put an S on that, fairy tales of reality, love, and cohabitation. Now again, if you're an exception, give yourself a pat on the back because that's the only reason why you're talking about your exceptional experience in a general statement. All right? Now, when their mothers marry the state, I will marry you, state, and don't need the co-creator of their children or child anymore. I don't need you anymore. I married the state, right? And when the state lies to them and says the children belongs to the mother, but the state owns the participating mothers, so the state really owns the children of the mothers that participate with the state. Men are finally voicing their issues with this topic. So again, I'm just telling y'all, more is coming soon to that. Here's another prophetic word for America. The more the family is attacked, the fathers being edged out and only focusing on the happiness of women, like happy don't work on anything or anyone else, the larger and larger and larger depression will grow in America for all participators. Energy is never destroyed, it's only transferred. That's all I'm trying to tell you. So imagine needing two parents to be born, but thinking you only need one to thrive. Many black men are angry because most of us grow up without our biological fathers, and they had to also deal with the new man their mothers are or were attracted to. I still believe black men still love real black women, but not the Americanized, toxically feminized black women. Whoever is a slave to wages and thinks that they're successful is insane. I'll say that again. Whoever is a slave to wages and thinks that they're successful is insane. Many black men are angry at black women because many of them identify as white women. Let's not say this from your girlfriend or wife or all the way down to your daughters or granddaughters' perspectives. I'm talking about your mothers, your grandmothers, and your great-grandmothers' generations and even up. Analyze your mother's and grandmother's perspectives and see if you can spot any self-hate in their actions and or words. Many black men state that they believe many black women hate the black males that they give birth to. Remember, y'all, no exceptions. I'll clap for you if you just want to say your exceptions. Have the ability to be like, let's hear what other people feel. Now again, this is just from accumulation of interviews, but many black men state that they believe many black women hate the black males that they give birth to, versus turning their sons into generational curse breakers. That's reasonable. So according to many white female public speakers in London, they are going hard in London now too. They're going hard in London. But again, according to many white female public speakers in London, in the 60s, right? Toxic women, and again, this is what public speakers, what was her name? Something Pretty Pearls or something like that. We gotta, I'll put that in the comments or something like that. But white women are speaking up about this. This is hilarious. I'm like, what? They actually saying a lot of talking points that we talking about. I'm just seeing how this plays out, because I'm like, but they said toxic white women, and this is what white women are saying over in London. Toxic white women identified the black women that were copying them, and that is why it was so easy to talk those black women into white toxic feminism. Even back then, white women psychologically and physically made those black women throw away their men. Now, many white women are now abandoning feminism, and that tripped me out. I was like, what? White women, a lot of white women are abandoning feminism and talking against it, and its top speakers, and its talking points. So literally, white women are talking about feminism again. Have the ability. Is he talking about the good feminism or the bad feminism? It's like, whoa, I would never take you to a casino. We're probably talking about the bad stuff that gets the bad outcomes. We have the ability to know that good feminism exists. And that's what one thing I love about all y'all on here. You have the ability to, like, you could be a 911 officer and be like, somebody could call you with a problem and you wouldn't be like, well, everybody else ain't got that problem. Imagine a philosophical 911 worker. That would be horrible. Again, a lot of white women now are talking about abandoning, and they are abandoning feminism, that part of feminism, and talking against it and its top speakers and its talking point and its best talking points. But many of those same black women are choosing to still go down with the relationship. I have heard many black men say that many white women are still dating the black man they taught those black women to hate. And their numbers of dating those so-called awful black men are rising. Shout out to the 2022 online prom pictures as additional proof of these numbers rising. Just look at people's prom pictures. Look at young black males' prom pictures. Black men are angry at those black women for not seeing the finesse being put on them. Jason said, he's mad at black. Get out of here. I'm reporting the news. So in close, remember, mindsets inside of mind states. Mindsets inside of mind states plus behaviors equal the outcomes that you are going through. Do you know what mind states that you have been in that ruin your life? Get rid of those. And do you know the mind states that you have been in that enhance your life and you can make decisions in and you don't chill in? So again, if my people, which sounds like a compatibility statement, if my people perish for a lack of knowledge, then I pray that my compatible people has gained a spark of knowledge from this message. Thank you for joining me for another Sunday Bars presentation. Looking forward to building with you next time. Let's work. Let's work. Y'all have any questions?